Listen, my friends, I swear by the gods of our fathers, I've never seen anything like that day in Oja-Ire, when the ground itself seemed to tremble under Mama Ireti's feet. Picture this, a woman no taller than a yam stack, standing in the heart of our village market, her wrapper tied tight, facing down a man whose wealth could buy half of Oyo State. His sleek black car gleamed like a python in the sun, and his bodyguards loomed like Iroko trees. But Mama Ireti? She didn't flinch, not once. That's the story I'm about to tell you. A tale of fire courage, and the kind of defiance that makes your chest swell. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know why we still sing her name in Oja-Ire. My name is Femi, son of Baba Alaba, the blacksmith of Ire village. I was there all of 19 years old, selling my father's hoes and machetes in the market when this all began. Ire is a small place, tucked between rolling hills and a lazy stream that feeds our yam fields. Our market, Oja-Ire, is the heart of the village, where every Wednesday and Saturday, the air hums with voices, the clink of coins and the scent of roasted corn and palm oil. Women in bright Ankara wrappers weave through stalls, balancing baskets of tomatoes, okra, and smoked fish. Men haggle over goa, their laughter rising like smoke. Children dart between legs, chasing each other with sticks. It's noisy, alive, and ours. Mama Ireti was the queen of Oja-Ire, though she'd laugh if you called her that. She sold yams, big, dusty tubers piled high on her stall, each one dug from her late husband's farm. Her wrapper was always faded, her headscarf slightly askew, but her eyes sharp as a cutlass. She knew every trader's name, every child's mischief, and every debt owed. If you were short on cash, she'd slip you a yam with a gruff, "Pay me next market day, eh?" But cross her, and her tongue could slice you cleaner than my father's blade. It was early in the dry season, maybe 6 months ago, when the trouble started. The harmattan wind was blowing dust into our eyes and the market was packed. I was hammering a dent out of a hoe when I heard the rumble of an engine, rare in Aya where bicycles and okadas rule. Heads turned as a black SUV rolled into the market square, its tires crunching gravel. Out stepped Alhaji Okoye, the billionaire from Lagos. Even if you didn't know his name, you'd know his kind, tailored agbada, gold watch flashing, and a smile that didn't reach his eyes. 2 men in dark sunglasses flanked him, their muscles straining their shirts. The market hushed, like a drum pausing mid-beat. Alhaji Okoye was no stranger to us, not entirely. His company, Okoye Properties, had been sniffing around Aya for years, buying up farmland on the village outskirts. Rumors said he wanted to build a megacity, glass towers, hotels, and shops that gleamed like his car. Most of us laughed it off. Aya, a city, with our mud houses and 1 primary school? But that day, standing in our market, he wasn't laughing. "Good people of Aya," he called, his voice smooth as palm wine. "I bring progress. I want to make Oja-Ire the pride of Nigeria. A modern market with concrete stalls, electricity, and clean water. But to do this, we must move the market to a new site, just outside the village." The next market day, Mama Ireti called a meeting under the baobab tree. Traders gathered. Pepper sellers, fishmongers, tailors, even the palm wine tapper, Uncle Sola. Mama Ireti stood on a crate, her voice carrying like a town crier's. "Listen, my people. This Alhaji wants our market, but he won't say why. I hear things. His company builds malls, not markets. He'll take our land, sell it to foreigners, and leave us with nothing. Are we chickens to be plucked?" "No!" the crowd roared. "Then we fight," she said. "Not with knives, but with our heads. We know this market, every stone, every spirit. He doesn't. Who's with me?" Hands shot up, mine included. Mama Ireti's fire lit something in us. Over the next days, she organized us like a general. The women traders formed a council meeting at her mud-walled house where her 3 children, Bisi, Tunde, and little Kemi, served us kola nuts and water. The men, including my father, spread word to neighboring villages. We learned Alhaji's new market site was rocky, waterless, and far from the bus stop. Worse, his company had a history of evicting traders in Lagos, leaving them penniless. Alhaji returned the next week, this time with blueprints and a lawyer in a shiny suit. He unrolled his plans on a table showing neat rows of concrete stalls. "See," he said, "modern, efficient, you'll thank me." Mama Ireti stepped forward, holding a calabash. "Alhaji, before we talk, let us honor our ancestors." She poured palm wine onto the ground, chanting a Yoruba prayer. The crowd joined, our voices rising. Alhaji frowned but stayed silent. When she finished, she said, "These plans are fine, but where is the baobab tree? Where is the shrine for Ishu who guards our market? You cannot build without their blessing." The lawyer laughed. "Mama, this is business, not juju." Her eyes narrowed. "Juju? This is our life. Tell me, Alhaji, how much land would you take? Just the market or the farms behind it?" Alhaji hesitated, and that's when we knew Mama Ireti was right. He wasn't just moving the market, he wanted the fertile land behind it, where our yams and cassava grew. The crowd grew restless, shouting questions. His bodyguards tensed, but Mama Ireti raised her hand. "Let him answer." "I'm offering progress," Alhaji snapped. "If you refuse, I'll go to the government. They'll approve my project." That was his mistake. Threatening us with the government, distant, corrupt officials who didn't know our names, only hardened our resolve. Mama Ireti smiled, calm as a stream. "Go ahead, Alhaji. We'll see who wins." The next weeks were a blur of action. Mama Ireti led us in ways I never imagined. She sent Bisi, her eldest, to the city to meet a journalist friend who wrote about our fight in a Lagos newspaper. The story spread, and soon traders from nearby towns, Edo, Erua, came to support us. We held night meetings singing Yoruba songs of resistance like the ones our grandparents sang against colonial masters. My father forged new cutlasses for the farmers who swore to guard their land. Uncle Sola, the palm wine tapper, overheard Alhaji's men bribing the village chief, and we confronted the chief publicly, shaming him into neutrality. Alhaji fought back. His men posted eviction notices on our stalls, claiming the land was acquired. He sent surveyors with chains and pegs, but the women, led by Mama Ireti, sat on the ground, singing and refusing to move. I was there, my heart pounding, as the surveyors backed away, unsure how to handle 100 women chanting proverbs. One said, "The river does not move the rock, it flows around it." Mama Ireti winked at me, and I felt 10 feet tall. Then came the bribes. Alhaji's men visited traders, offering cash to abandon the market. Some wavered, times were hard, and money was tempting. My friend Segun, who sold cloth, took the money, saying, "Femi, I have a sick mother. What can I do?" I was angry, but Mama Ireti wasn't. She visited Segun's house, bringing yam porridge, and said, "Keep the money, but stay with us. We're stronger together." Segun returned, shamefaced but loyal. The turning point came during the Egungun festival, when we honor our ancestors with masquerades. The market was alive with drums, dancers in colorful masks, and the scent of jollof rice. Mama Ireti had a plan. She'd learned Alhaji was meeting government officials in Ibadan to finalize the land deal. We needed to act fast. During the festival, she organized a protest march to the chief's palace, led by the Egungun masquerades. I carried a drum, beating it until my hands ached. Hundreds joined, traders, farmers, even children like Kemi, waving palm fronds. We sang, "Oja-Ire is ours, no one can take it." The chief, rattled by the crowd and the ancestors' presence, promised to reject Alhaji's deal. Word reached Ibadan, and the officials, spooked by the newspaper stories and our protest, delayed the approval. Alhaji's men stopped coming to Ire. His SUV vanished from our roads. We'd won, or so we thought. 2 months later, Alhaji tried one last trick. He sent a letter claiming the market land was unsafe due to erosion and needed emergency relocation. He even brought a fake engineer to scare us. But Mama Ireti was ready. She'd saved money from yam sales to hire a surveyor from Ibadan, a young Yoruba woman, Funmi, who proved the land was stable. Funmi's report, combined with our protests, killed Alhaji's plan for good. The government backed off and Okoye Properties moved on to another town. Today, Oja-Ire still stands. The baobab tree shades our stalls, and Eshu's shrine gets its weekly kola nut. Mama Ireti is still there, selling yams, her wrapper still faded, but her eyes brighter than ever. She's no billionaire, but she's richer than Alhaji Okoye will ever be. She taught us that wealth isn't gold or cars, it's the people who stand with you when the dust rises. I'm still Femi, still selling my father's tools, but I'm different now. I've seen what one woman's defiance can do. When I tell this story to my children, I'll say, listen, there was a queen in Ire, and her name was Mama Ireti. And you, my friends, now know why we sing her name. Stay strong like the market, like the rock in the river.